Hi, everybody. We are
Hey,
live.
hey.
AJ, you can go ahead. Like I said, my Wi-Fi is acting up, so let's just go ahead and get started.
Oh,
All
okie
right.
dokie.
All right.
Hey, hey, Doc.
Hey.
All righty. Well, greetings. I am your host, AJ Adams, and I thank you for joining us as we rock truth or absolutely nothing at all. We live in a society today where truth, even before our very eyes, is consistently questioned, criticized, and altered to fit a person's ideology of God's original intent for the kingdom and for mankind. We believe that the Bible, our kingdom constitution, is inspired, infallible, inherent, and the final authority for all. Rock True Queens is founded on He, who is the original point of reference for all things to come through eternity. The Rock True Queens is a cross cultural response to the generational, economical, and social concerns of the kingdom woman in today's society. Rock True Queens is established for each one to reach one to teach one the lost art of embodiment as inherent chosen daughter. Therefore, exposing the hidden in plain sight assassination attempt on the king morals and integrity and glory of her identity, ultimately healing the broken love language between the king and his queen by applying kingdom principles, revelation, and knowledge. The Rock True Queen seeks to inspire, enlighten, and highlight upcoming and established local and international queens and kings of character while promoting Black consciousness and awareness who we are and to whom we belong. It is absolutely a kingdom renaissance. Hello, 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 fellow truthers. How are you?
Hey, good evening.
What's going on, Doc?
Good. I finally got a good night's sleep. Like I don't think I ever slept that good, and at least not this year. So much needed.
I hear. I will say the same. My my son actually asked me to go to bed early because he knows I stay up. So I went to bed earlier than I usually do and woke up at 4 o'clock this morning. Like, now what do I do? So
You take that time to yourself, because that's usually the only time I get to myself. There's not a bunch of people up and stirring and all of that. My daughter not stalking me and following me and picking up stuff she's not supposed to and trying to eat it. And my mom's not trying to do whatever she doing, and all that is all to myself. So I cherish those very early morning hours.
I'm learning. So I usually am the opposite. I use the late night hours to do the exact same. So that's my time to plan, time to prepare for what I need for the next day or make orders and whatnot. So that's usually my time. But I like the early morning. Like,
It's a
it was
different feel.
different. Yeah, it was refreshing. Like, to
Hmm.
be up. Like, okay, the sun is up, and
Yeah, you
I
see,
had some more
watch the
time with my
sunrise and
plants.
all that. Have your cup of coffee
Yeah.
going. I like to listen to me some like some little short like podcasts and things like that. It's
Mhm.
one that was just about like 8 or 10 minutes long, and it has like good like habit ideas and tidbits, just personal development stuff. And I like to start my day off with that when I wash my. I don't brush my teeth till my daughter wakes up because she brushes her. I brush my teeth with her, but
Oh,
I do
sweet.
everything else.
I got you. Yeah, now that's one thing. I haven't listened to podcasts in a while. For a while, I was listening to Clubhouse and different things people had on there, but um, it's becoming redundant with a bunch of propaganda. So I gotta find some podcasts to get into.
Oh yeah, I that's all I used to listen to for the longest, especially on my drive to work. That I put one of those on and he get ready for my day.
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, I'm gonna have to dig into some podcasts.
Well, one of the
Definitely,
ones that I
definitely.
listen to now is Darren Hardy, and it's Darren Daily. I think that's what it's called, Darren Daily. And
Okay.
he's the one that wrote the book, The Compound Effect, that I actually just read this month. Really good book, and it really
Okay.
puts a lot of stuff into perspective of making small changes and sticking with those changes long enough to see the abundant rewards that you can get from it. So doesn't that sound familiar? Kind of sounds like
Yeah.
another book that tells you to do that.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah,
That's cool.
they
What
say it's
is?
nothing new under the sun. They just, you can reword it, repackage it, and wrap it back up. But
And
when
put a
you
bow on it like you never heard it before.
exactly, but when you truly study the word, like you see, like, oh yeah, this is just like what such and such said, or this is just like when I, so when you continuously see good information, that should help it sink in. Like, trust me, it's good information. You should do it.
hmm That's
Somebody else is
I,
showing you, hey, when I did exactly what they told me to do, it worked out
mhm,
very well.
exactly. And what is it right now? I am reading 10X by Grant Cardone.
That's a good one
Um,
too.
and it's crazy. Like, I've heard of him prior to like the last 5 months or so, but uh, just here, like, so he's on Clubhouse a lot. So, and I started listening to him, and I ended up getting the book. And man, and I like his what he talks about, especially because you don't just apply it to business. It's your personal life. It's your relationships that you build, whether it's family, friends, business. So I definitely have been enjoying the whole 10x and everything that he has going on. So that's what I'm working on now. I'm almost finished with that one. So yeah.
Oh yeah, there's definitely a substantial and growing list of books like that, and definitely set a goal to read them. Like I
hmm
think it was actually on one of the Darren Dailies. Like he said, like some people say like, oh, they don't have time to read. Like Oprah is a voracious reader, multi-billionaire, And I'm pretty sure she has very little time like throughout her day, and she reads at least 2 books a month. Like there's 0 people you can name on the Forbes 500 list that does not read. So for you to say like, oh, I don't have time, it's an excuse, and you're making an excuse to be lazy, because that's exactly what that is. So you can take 5, like literally in 5 or 10 minute chunks, just read, a couple of paragraphs at a time or something, and then you can step away from it, process it, put it into action, because that's how this stuff actually ends up changing your life. You put it into action, and then you come back, read some more. Like it doesn't have to be like a whole hour long session or whatever. Just do what you can when you can. And if you actually do that, then as per what he said in the compound effect, just reading an extra 10 minutes every day, just 10 minutes in the morning or 15, at night before you go to bed. And by the end of the month, you can finish a book or 2. And audio books, those count. You don't even have to like stop doing most of what you're doing most of the time to listen to it. And if you're constantly getting fed good information, positive information, things that put you in a positive mindset, then the things that would normally trouble you or be an obstacle is really just an opportunity for you to put into practice what you've been learning.
Yep.
So
so my kids, I've been buying them big thick chapter books because they're both good readers. But at school, it's the little small books that they're accustomed to, and it's like, no, we're gonna get you this good 12 chapter book, and I just tell them 10 pages a day. If you read 10 pages a day, like you said, by the end of the month, it's like, oh dang, I done made it through half of this book, or I'm almost finished. And a lot of times you say, oh, I'm just going to read 10, and you look up, you've been reading for 30, 45 minutes. But it also comes down to, people say, oh, I don't have time, I don't have time. When you prioritize your day, you have a lot of time for a lot of things. And then two, you have to ask yourself, what are you willing to give up to get to where you want to be? You willing to get up trolling social media? You want to give up gossiping on the phone? You want to give up just aimlessly doing things that are not adding value to yourself or to your family? So you got to figure out, what are you willing to give up to get to where you're going. So is this book going to help you move forward? Yes, it will. So what are you going to give up to put that time in that book? What are you going to give up to put that time into you? Because self-care is another whole job. So, you got to figure out what you want to give up. And, definitely that's one of my biggest things lately is taking that time and say, okay, you know what? You got 20 minutes to do this. You got 30 minutes to do this. So I like my social media posts for my business. Okay, you got 10 minutes, plan out your calendar, automate your calendar. Boom, I'm done for the whole month. But you gotta prioritize your day to say, I'm gonna put that 10 pages in. I'm gonna do that 10 minutes here. So what do you want to give up?
Absolutely, and that's what I love about especially the age and the world that we live in now, is that information is extremely accessible. And even if you don't quite have the money to buy all these books, like most of them are free on YouTube. Somebody has either posted the audio book, or they're like physically sitting there on their channel reading these books to you. Like it's people that do that. And it's even some guy, he like posts his own notes on the book, so you don't even have to, if you're like, oh, I'm not a good note taker, or I don't know what to write down because everything is just so good, you can even just start using somebody else's notes. Like, oh, okay, well, they found this was important, well, at least this is it's decent information. I can transfer it to something and have it with me or whatever. But there's way too many outlets and resources to even say like, oh, well, this excuse is excuse enough to not. And there's never going to be one.
Nope. Time killers, time wasters. Can't get it back.
Yes. Sharon Davis says that's what I need to learn to do. Prioritize. Yes, prioritizing especially from my personal experience and just things that I've read and advice that I've gotten from people that's ahead of, and in already in the direction I'm trying to move. They definitely say prioritizing is the number one important thing you can do. Like scheduling is fine, but stuff happens and you're going to have to move stuff around. So when you prioritize things, it locks things into place that absolutely have to get done at a certain time, like picking up your kids. Like obviously that would be, one of those hard set high priority things, because it's a certain time you have to have it done, and they're your babies. So of course you're gonna
Right.
go get your babies. But something like working out, reading, or something like that, if something comes up, you can absolutely shift it either to another day or to a more opportune time for you to do it. But if it's on your priority list and it still needs to get done, it's just because you see where it is on your priority list, you're okay with moving it around. And that also helps with that mindset of keeping things in order. Because I know me, I'm a little OCD about stuff, and it's like I'm like, oh no, it's supposed to happen at this time. If it doesn't happen at this time, I'm like, so it helps keep
Yeah.
some of that anxiety down for some of us strict planners.
And that's me. I'm not. I'm becoming more of a strict planner. So generally, I have everything I need to do for the week, month, and then I've started now breaking down my day, but also I have a time limit. So at 5 o'clock I'm logging out for work, but at 6:15, okay, this is when I need to do this. Okay, well, 7 o'clock, this is when this needs to happen. And I have different things written in between that. So it's like, okay, that's what I can take care of. This is what I can take care of. Oh wait, this can't wait. So I have to have this done at this time. So, and I do it that way so that I'm not like, oh, 10 o'clock at night, like, oh, I didn't get anything done that I had on my list to do today. So I have to for me, giving myself a time to do certain things, like you said, picking up the kids. Okay, I need to do this at this time. So that 10 o'clock at night, I'm not looking up, nothing else on my list is done. So now this is my way of checking myself to get what's on my list done.
Hey, Sheena. She says greetings,
Hey.
family. But yeah, that's a great way to kind of benchmark your day, like the prioritize most important things. It's like, okay, if you have 6 hours between the time you get up and this thing they absolutely have to do, it
Mhm.
really gives you a nice container to put your to-do list into, basically. So it's like, I know if I've accomplished these things by the time I have this thing that I have to do, then I know I'm ahead of the game. And that's usually how I try to get things done for my businesses. I try and do all of that stuff as early in the day as possible, so I have all the rest of my day to do whatever else comes up or whatever else is on that priority list, without thinking like, oh, I still haven't worked my business today. So there's definitely a way to plan a proper life for yourself, and that part of that is doing the scheduling, keeping up with the scheduling, and it also shows you where you're wasting your time too. It shows your time wasters.
Mhm.
So if you have a lot of stuff that's making it into your schedule that's unplanned then now that's where those boundaries come in. You say, no, not today. Or if someone asks you,
Mhm.
can you do that? Say no first. Hold on, let me check my schedule. Because you have a schedule, so it's not like you're lying. Like, no, I've got to check my schedule and see, where I have and all of that. So it helps you put up boundaries, so you're not just automatically saying yes, yes, yes to all this stuff, and you look up and realize you don't have the time or energy for most, if any, of it. Because there's
Mhm.
definitely been times where I'm like, why did I agree to do this? Like, just set
Yep.
yourself up.
Yes. And this is why I say there's a lot of love in the word no.
Yes, absolutely.
So, yep. A lot of love in the word no. Well, for today's show, we have the authoress Michelle Kane. Michelle Kane is an inspirational author, business owner, and writer of Christian inspirational writings. Michelle has a passion for writing, and she wanted to share her God given gifts with the world. Michelle's passion, purpose, and mission is to inspire, encourage, and uplift people of all ages everywhere, and to make a positive impact on the world. So let's welcome Miss Michelle Kane. She coming. you want to welcome her to.
Yeah, Michelle just dropped out.
Oh, yeah, I figured it was probably some
Yeah,
connection issues.
we might be having a connection issue. How about we and then come right back? Okay.
Okie dokie.
All right.
Rock Truth got merch, y'all. Who is your true north? Who holds you down so you'll always know where you are? God, the original true north, the original point of reference. Check out our clothing line, True North, at RockTrueQ2.com for your kingdom culture needs. Everything from tees to sweats, men's, women's, and kids' sizes. Inez Essentials Whipped Body Butter has a wide assortment of 8-ounce body butter made with unrefined shea and mango butter, infused with vitamin E oil, coconut oil, sweet almond oil, natural mica powder, and fragrant essential oils. It is designed to heal and moisturize dry skin, and it is perfect for the whole family. Our whipped shea butter is handcrafted with a blend of natural and organic ingredients. The unicorn body butter can be customized to the scent of your choice. If a scent is not chosen, no scent will be added. Have you been searching for a custom home decor and crafts? Check out Delicious Designs. For more information, simply search Della Williamson on Facebook. Are you in need of advertisement or marketing tools? Branded in his image prints, logos, flyers. Contact us today. Rock True Prints is ready to serve your printing and designing needs. We offer a full array of marketing tools, logos, flyers, business cards, video ads, and website designs. If you need our services for prints, we got you there too. Contact us at rocktruthradio@gmail.com for more information.
As the consumers. The consumers also raise it because that I love one thing about watching the Dave Chappelle special, and he was saying, you know what, now I'm gonna go to my real bosses, and his real boss was the audience, and he said, I'm asking you guys who are the consumers to not purchase or participate in this, and so that's the same thing. We didn't as well. We are the real bosses and are the machine.
Right.
You know.
Do me a favor. On your platform, and again, I'm so humble and blessed to be on your platform. Do me a favor.
Yes, sir.
The same platform that you have right now and what you're doing right now, I don't even think you realize Rock Truth Radio stands for more than just Rock Truth Radio. Here's the difference with what you're doing culturally. You're talking about building a whole bunch of people that's looking at your show and looking at the sisterhood and brotherhood that you bring forth every single show. And it's showing them subliminally, this is how you work together.
Yeah.
This is the bridge you build for other people to cross over back and forth. That's the kind of platform that we need. That's the kind of positive energy that we need. If it's not for your show, how will younger people have first off a blueprint to follow and something to look forward to, and to say, I don't really want to do the rest of that stuff that everybody else is doing. I need a show that is indicative of who I am. And that's what Rock Truth is all about. So I'm so humbled to be on your platform.
Thank you. And we're humble to have you. And I'm sorry, just one last minute and I'll let everybody else talk. But thank you for that. And just like you said, you stand independent. So do we. We are not, willing to do anything for any money. We're not willing to compromise anything. If we got to put in the work, we'll put in the work before we compromise ourselves and the God that we serve. But we don't need that. We're not here for that. We're here for his namesake solely. And so I'm so grateful that you've taken again the time to turn and see us for who it is that we are. That was I'm trying not to cry, Will.
Okay, ladies, we're ready with our guests.
All right, well, go ahead. Let's welcome authoress Michelle Kane.
Welcome, welcome.
Hey.
Thank you. How are you doing?
Wonderful.
Great, great. And yourself?
Doing good, doing good. I apologize for the signal loss. The rainstorm came through and knocked it off.
Oh no. Oh no. Don't worry. Look, we all get knocked off sometimes, but we get back.
But
We
everything is
definitely get
well.
back. That is good to hear.
I've been seeing your podcast lately. So do you how long have you been doing that and what made you start it?
I've been doing the podcast now for a year. And what started me to doing it was a lot of the writings that I have in the book is what I have on the podcast. And I just started doing that just to encourage people and just to uplift people because of everything that was going on in the world, especially during the pandemic. So it was just writings that I had put together, and I just wanted to get them out there to just encourage and uplift everybody.
That's a beautiful
amazing.
purpose.
Now, as far as your writings, what would you say like your process was getting ready for your book? Because your book was released in April.
Yes.
So your process of getting ready for those and picking which ones you wanted to put in your book and put out there, what was your process of getting to that point of saying, okay, I'm ready to put this out for everyone to enjoy?
Well, first of all, I was really hesitant about doing it at first because I really didn't think that, people would want to hear the story or hear what I had to say. But, I stepped out on faith and did it anyway because I felt that it's things and challenges that people go through. This book will help them to continue to go forward and continue to achieve, whatever they want in life, because it's possible. Whatever you want to achieve in life is possible, because everything on the other side of fear awaits great blessings and greatness for you. But all you have to do is just step out of your comfort zone and go for it.
Indeed, indeed. Do you now, with your book and your podcast, which part of the journey has been your favorite between the two?
My favorite would be the book, because when the book was released and I got the book in my hand, I couldn't believe that I wrote the book. Because when you get the book and you start reading your own writings, and you be like, I wrote that. A lot of stuff was really stood out and was amazing to me. And I think it was when I got the book in my hand was the best part of it, is when I received the book.
Do you look back and read what you wrote back then, and it helps you in a different way now than it did when you originally wrote it?
Yes. As I read, when I first got the book and I started reading it, I saw it in a different way, because even my own writings helps me to deal with a lot of challenges and obstacles that I deal with in life. And my own writings inspire me. So that's why that I hope that the book inspires other people and bless other people to continue to work for what they want to achieve in life. Don't give up, because quitting is not an option. And I always tell people, never drop your gift. Because a lot of people feel that, they don't have a gift to do anything. But everybody has a gift. But just don't drop it. don't drop your gift. Just keep pushing and keep working.
I like that. Don't drop the gift. Don't fumble. Don't fumble, okay? Nope. You only got to get 3 inches to the end zone. Don't fumble.
Yep.
That is so amazing. Have you been able to I guess communicate with anyone that has either bought your book or has reviewed it and had any success with it?
Yes, the people that have purchased my book has contacted me or came to me personally and told me that the book have inspired them and helped them to make it through their challenges that they deal with on a daily basis. The book helps to inspire them and to motivate them to keep going. So that is my passion, my purpose, and my mission is to inspire, encourage, and uplift people and to help them make it through their day, because I know that we go through a lot of challenges in life, and I'm hoping and praying that this book will help people to be able to deal with those challenges.
I like that.
Do you have any
now with the podcast?
Oh no, go ahead.
Nope, you got it. You got it.
Oh, I was just asking if you had any other projects or anything that you were gonna like, I guess, use this as a springboard, like your book. Like, did you have another book planned or any collaborations? Like, where are you going with it?
I do have I have the Author's World live show that I do on Facebook. I'm working now to do the Author World radio show. So I'm working on that. And with the book, I'm working on Christian inspirational writings too. And I also want to work on a book about my life story. And I'm just writing new stuff to do on the podcast. So I'm pretty busy back and forth, going from the book to the podcast to the live show. So it all ties in together just to inspire people and to keep them motivated. So I really love what I do.
Yeah, that sounds so great, and that's usually not a big leap from the podcast to the radio show. So that's definitely right on track. Maybe we'll end up being a guest on your show.
Yes. We'll connect. We'll hook up.
And that's definitely something that we definitely need, you know.
You breaking up, AJ? Uh-oh, connection went out. But so you heard us talking earlier how important is scheduling, structure, prioritizing
just,
to what you're doing.
Staying motivated, not just for ourselves, but
oh, well, there she goes.
Okay. Prioritizing and staying motivated. Even with writing, I set aside so many hours per day to write. I either write for the book or I'm writing for the live show or either the podcast. I do so many hours, I do so many days for the book. Then I do so many days for the radio show. Then I do so many days for the live show. So I have it on calendar where I do so many days and so many hours, so I won't pile up everything together, and I'll be able to work on it and to get it to where, the way I want it, instead of everything clustered together and I'm trying to run and do everything at one time. So I do it so many days. I have the days divided up on when I work on everything.
Yes, that's a great strategy to, keep from getting overwhelmed, because I think that's another thing that kind of stagnates people. Like when they do start kind of getting some momentum and some motion, it's like, it seems like now everything is coming so quickly. It's like you don't know what to do first, and all of that. So it can become overwhelming, and that's definitely an effective way to deal with that. And I see it's working out for you, because I mean, publishing a book is a lot of work, and that's why I haven't done it. People are like, you should write. I'm like, no. I know my extent of laziness, and writing a book is like all up in the field of laziness for me. So kudos to you, Queen, definitely for stepping out on faith and doing the work, because people think like you just have what they say, faith without works is dead. Like, that's literally the thing. So yes, definitely. Thank you for being that example. Oh my, I'm sorry. She walked off and got into something after she had my gown that she stole out of my drawer on her face. So that's usually where the bulk of my day goes to, is making sure she doesn't destroy the house. But that's why scheduling is important, because when you do have those important things that come up, or things that could potentially take a lot of time, it's best to schedule it so that you know when to cut that off, when something else can come in, like all of that stuff. Like even if you have to shift it, it's best to schedule it. And even scheduling family time, like people they feel like it I guess cheapens the experience or makes it like unauthentic because it's scheduled, but it's like, no, that's actually showing the opposite. It shows that it's important to you. It's important enough for you to actually block out that time, make it a priority, and actually make it a part of your day, a part of what you're working towards, to be successful. Because that's usually what people put on their schedule, appointments, things to do, stuff with work, something that's going to progress them, and all of that. So of course family time does that. So why wouldn't you put it on your schedule?
Yeah.
So we love to talk about how God straightens our crowns, because man, I've been probably like this whole last couple of months has just been like, oh, again, okay, I see it. Like, yep, I needed that. So we'll just take like this past week or two. What has come to you? How has God straightened your crown?
Well, God has straightened my crown through the process when I was doing this book, because I was really dealing with a lot of insecurities, and I didn't think that the book would do as well as it's doing now, because you don't think people will listen to your story or people will pay any attention. And I was sitting at my desk one day, because I was sitting at my desk in my room, and something just came to me and said, do you know who you are? I'm like, huh? It was like, do you know who you are? I said, do you know who you belong to? Do you know that your father is the king of everything? So you get your priorities straight, straighten that crown up, and do what I have called you to do, what I purposed you to do. And that was to write. And through my writing, that's the avenue that I was gifted with to encourage people and to inspire people and motivate people. And so I straightened up the crown and stepped out of my comfort zone to work the purpose. Because if I kept sitting around having a pity party for myself, like, which I did, and but I really had to realize, I'm a queen. I have no reason to sit here and have a pity party. I have been gifted and I have been purposed to become an author, to be a writer, and that's what I stepped into to do. And I love what I do.
Yes, and it definitely it definitely shows too, and I love how you said that, how you brought up that you already knew what you were tasked to do, but you tried to come up with an excuse as to why you can't do it. Like, what did I tell? God not going to tell you to do nothing that you can't do. Like, ever. Because he already know what you're capable of because he made you. So, like, and that is just, it's so powerful. And it really is, I would say probably like one of my biggest obstacles and challenges that I've run into recently is that self-worth piece. Understanding that what you say it's important to somebody. Somebody's gonna need to hear it. Otherwise, you wouldn't have been inspired to say it. Like, God wouldn't have put the inspiration in you to have that realization, to have those, those thoughts and feelings, and really be able to express it in a way that someone else can benefit from it. So it's really beautiful that you were able to sit with that and really step into who you are and accomplish that. So definitely thank you for that. And we finally retrieved AJ from the lost signal. So what were you saying before you went? Oh no, did she freeze again? It looked like she froze again. I was trying to get her what she was saying before she got cut off. Can you hear us, AJ? It's just another one of those weeks, because we've been having these issues all week, just randomly. Like, it'll be fine, and all of a sudden I'll get like the little notification having connectivity issues. You might want to close and reopen your browser. I'm like, well, it's just happening.
Yes, I've had those days too.
She's back with the shirt now. She likes putting it on her head because she can see through it, and so she'll walk around. So she's been having fun with that. But I would say that's probably like the biggest thing this week, and probably like more recently that I've been kind of seeing a lot more of, is like just having this type of childlike fun, like, just having fun, just enjoying life because it's life. Like,
yes.
And that's definitely something I'm working. Like, and it's weird, like something that you have to work to do, but it's like it didn't used to be hard for me, and so like now I'm trying to like really figure out, like, when did this get hard? Like, why is this such a struggle to figure out like what fun is and how to have fun? So, but it's important. It's a very important thing, to do, because that's what, keeps you from taking life so seriously. Like, yeah, you should be responsible, but you don't have to, overdo it, and then you kind of miss the point of it, right?
Yes.
Do you have any like favorite quotes or passages from the book that you would want to share?
I think the one that I really loved when I wrote it was there's one that says, be a go-getter and not just a sitter. Now, I'll read a little piece of it. It says, a go-getter is a person who is ambitious and who isn't afraid to act and pursue what he or she wants. A sitter is a person who sits around and does nothing. A person who is a sitter thinks that everything is to be handed to them on a silver platter without working for it. So don't be a sitter. Be a go-getter. Be a go-getter and pursue everything that you want in life. Go-getters dream big. Sitters are small-minded people who will downgrade your goals and dreams while they have no goals and dreams of their own. Don't allow a sitter to hinder and stop you from achieving your dream life. Don't you ever become a sitter, doing nothing with your life, but always have a positive mindset of a go-getter and pursue the dream life and the goals and the dreams that you want to achieve for yourself. So I want you to pursue everything that you dreamed about having in life. So keep pushing forward. Live a happy life. Live a fulfilled life. Continue to be a go-getter. Don't quit, because quitting is not an option. Have faith in God. Believe in yourself that all your goals and dreams will become a reality in your life. So always remember, be a go-getter and not just a sitter.
Yeah, okay. You were sent here to get me together. I think that's what. See, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, just all week, like literally, like I just been sitting and I'll be thinking, and then I'll end up scrolling through YouTube or something, stumble across a video, and they telling my whole business, I'm like, look. I'm just trying to relax right now. Like, well, while you relax, you can listen to this. You asked about, right? Well, here's your answer. And I definitely felt that when you was reading it. So yes, that is, and it's straightforward too. Like that's what I love about it. Very straightforward. None of the extra fluff and you're so great. Yeah. Then go do it. Then go. Yes. Go and be great. I know, right, Selena?
Yep.
But yes, that's definitely a very easy trap to fall into. And the funny thing is, like every time I kind of think of that situation, I think of, is it Newton's first law of gravity, or is it gravity? Newton's first law, I want to say, but inertia. So anything that's in motion will remain in motion until met with an equal and opposite force. Anything at rest will remain at rest until, propelled by some force. So, and that's pretty much kind of how everything works. And it's like when you just want to scroll. Exactly. I was not trying to get a message right now, God. I'm just trying to laugh. Yeah. But inertia is definitely something that that can be either your best friend or your worst enemy, and it really just depends on how much work are you willing to do. And we kind of get to pushing that boulder up the mountain, and some people give up too soon. It's like, once you get to the top, it's easy now because you don't have to push, you don't have to push anymore, because if you got to get down to the other side, you just tip it over and it's going to take off on its own. And so that's that tipping point, that we have to push through, we have to push to, and we have to maintain that forward moving momentum with inertia, and just getting up and doing it. Just continue to until, just do it until. And a lot of times if you do that, you see, you'll see where the until is, but you just got to do it until.
Yes. Yes. Mm-hmm.
So did you run into any writer's block along the way?
Ooh, did I? There were, there are some days I can sit and just write, just constantly write. But then there's some days I'll be like, oh, okay, what am I supposed to write? What am I gonna write? I couldn't think of nothing. My mind was like totally blank, and I was like, okay, what I do? I shut the book. I said, okay. I said, Lord, I can't do this. I said, you gonna have to tell me what to write. I said, because my mind is blank, and I don't know what else to put on paper. And once I close the book and walk away, I may walk away maybe about 10 minutes. Then I'll come back, and then it'll come to me. Then I'll start writing again. So that's why I have to do with writer's block. I have to close the book and walk away. Then I come back. If I open the book, I start writing again. So that is how I have to deal with the writer's block. Because if I sit in my brain trying to figure out what to put on paper, it'll never get on the paper. So that's why I have to walk away and then come back and start writing again.
Yeah, but that's a super useful tactic for like everything, pretty much. Like, sometimes like you're not in the proper space, energy, or you didn't experience something just before that, got you off your square, out your element, and all of that stuff, and you have to go and you have to prepare for the thing that you're doing. And a lot of times, that's what the block is. It's like, no, you're not gonna give them what they need, so go and get yourself together, and then I'm gonna let the stuff flow. So there's always that tempering hand that God has too, to make sure that you're taking care of yourself along the way, because these journeys are hard. They are hard, and you were chosen to walk yours, so you're prepared for it. You just have to understand that you were made to be prepared for it. So that's definitely something that I would say is a common issue. Hitting a problem and then like, oh, what do I do? And then it's like a lot of people want to just power through it, or they walk away and they never come back. They never come back to the problem, and then it becomes like this big, massive, colossal thing because they just left it and never you still gotta come back.
Yep, you gotta come back.
But sometimes walking away initially for a little while to collect yourself is definitely a good tactic, and I use that a lot too. And that's where the sleep on it. I'll sleep on it, and then a lot of times that can reset you. But did you ever find yourself like stuck where it was like days, weeks that went by and it's like you really were just like stuck, or it was something that you found that you had to work through in your life first before a new thing or a new idea would come to you?
I won't say that I was like stuck, but I was I had to go through I had to really go through a process, first of all, because before I even could do the book, I had to work on me because there were things that I was dealing with, insecurities, self-esteem issues. I was dealing with all of that. And I felt that I couldn't really do the book the way I desired to do it unless I was in condition that I needed to be in to do this book and to be able to inspire other people that, if I can do it, you can do it. It's nothing impossible. You can do it. And I wasn't really like stuck, but I was really, to be honest, I was really procrastinating. I was really hesitant about doing the book. I was hesitant about even writing. But my mother would always tell me, never give up on your writing. Always continue to write. And she was really the cheerleader that pushed me to write and to do the book. So that would really motivate me and kept me going to do the book. So that's how really the book came about, was through her encouragement and through her pushing me to do the book.
That's so beautiful. It's always a blessing to have your mother there and have her support and all of that. Like my mom's probably been the only person that supported me like my whole life, all the randomness that I've done. Like she's the one that shows up. So that's definitely important to have someone, even if it's not your mother, to have someone that can supply you with that. They see you sitting on the curb, with your head down, like, I don't know, like, you got this, like, you just one person. That's all it takes, is just one. And it's unfortunate that some people don't have that one person. But the best thing about the world is that it's like almost 8 billion of us almost now. Like you can find that person. Like they're not just gonna fall in your lap. Like if you ask God for that person, trust me, God will definitely send you all that you need. And that includes that support. So if you don't have it, you probably haven't asked for it. Like, we think about all the other stuff to pray for, a nice house, a good paying job, and all this stuff. But what about, asking for support, asking for love, asking for, the friends and the support that will uplift you and pour into you and invest in you and help you grow, on all levels. Like that's what you ask for. Like you don't ask for stuff, because the stuff is gonna, it's gonna come and it's gonna go and all of that, and it's usually attached to that abundance, that feeling of love, that community of work. Like if you're in a community of work, you're going to work, and from work comes reward. Like that's basically how it's set up. You work, you get rewarded. Like, and that's for everything. Like there's never, I've never seen an instance where you work and then you're not rewarded. A lot of times it's like, if that's the case, you didn't work long enough. Like seriously, like you just didn't work long enough. So that's it's an unavoidable investment. The work is unavoidable. You have to do it, and you have to invest that, no matter what it is that you're that you're trying to achieve, whether it's just a happy, supportive circle of friends. You got to work for that. You have to go places where people are that support other people. You have to do stuff. You have to support them. So it's not, a one-sided relationship. So it's always going to be some work involved in whatever it is that you're trying to achieve. And you just gotta do it. Okay. And like, just do it. No Nikes needed. All right. because he done already done it. All right, he's already done it. All you got to do is do it for yourself. All right, because it's already been done. So once you step into that spirit of gratitude that you can, work for these things, because that choice is there. And that's what really keeps me going, the gratitude of knowing that it's possible, and that that I'm equipped to do it. That's how I'm trying to build myself up. I gotta gear myself up sometimes, like you can do it. So it has definitely been a pleasure talking with you, and I so look forward to your next projects, your next endeavors. Please tell everyone how they can reach you, and what projects you have currently out, and we'll get that posted for you. And I believe he puts the link under the video too for your content.
Okay. You can follow me on Facebook at the Author's World on my Facebook page. You can follow me on Instagram at Christian Inspirational Writings. You can also follow me on Instagram at Christian Inspirational News. The book can be found on Amazon, Barnes and Noble, and Books A Million. The projects that I have coming up, I'm working on the 2 books, and I'm also working on getting the radio show together, and I'm also writing new writings for my podcast. So I will keep you up to date of when everything is done for the radio show, and for my other upcoming projects that's in the working. So I will keep y'all up to date and posted. And I truly thank you for being an awesome host, for having me on the show. I thank y'all so much. I love y'all.
Thank you for sharing your time and your inspiration with us. And to all of the viewers out there and everyone that tuned in and popped up in the comments, thank you for joining us today. I hope you feel as inspired by our queen authoress, Michelle Kane, as I have been today. And we look forward to seeing you all here with us next week, next Thursday, same time, same place. And never forget, adjust your crown, queens, and rock truth or nothing at all. You with us, Will? I think it's more technical difficulties. He probably ended up getting kicked off. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. We closed it, Will. We just need you to end it. Yes, sir.